what impact is artificial intelligence having on how we currently approach cybersecurity, and how will that approach have to change over the next decade?
So, Senator, I think one of the points you make is a very good one, which is we can't be naive to think that artificial intelligence will only be used by defenders. And one of the things that we see in cybersecurity is very often the attackers are able to implement new technologies more rapidly. So having an attacker use artificial intelligence for what we call victim selection, essentially the scenario you outlined where it's identifying the place in an organization or an environment that they'll be most successful, is some of what we're starting to see today. The good news is if we recognize that and start planning for the bad actors to have that weaponry in their arsenal today, we can build strong defenses and most effectively use this same technology to build strong capabilities as well. And that's what a lot of us at the table are doing in our businesses to try to get ready for those scenarios.
One of the threats that we heard testimony about at the November hearing on artificial intelligence was a cybersecurity threat as more and more decision-making is based on big data. A cybersecurity threat that doesn't come in and shut down a system in a way that it's obvious that it's been hacked, but rather that goes and alters the data set that is being relied upon for artificial intelligence to make decision-making and to alter the data set in a way that it's not immediately evident, but changes the decision-making in a way that could have significant consequences. And that struck me as a particularly difficult form of cyber threat to respond to. I'd be interested in your...
So I think one of the things that we see in any new cyber defense technology is as soon as it gains traction in the industry, the attackers look for ways to create countermeasures, evasion tactics. A few years ago, the industry was very focused on what we call sandbox detonation, essentially try running in unknown executable in a safe environment to see if it had malicious behavior. Very quickly, the adversaries would try to fingerprint to detect, am I running in that environment? And I think we can expect that same mindset for the adversaries as the industry embraces AI-based defenses. So it's one of the things we're looking at is really understanding the attacker's point of view. How will they use machine learning poisoning? How will they poison the models? How will they force defenders to recalibrate their defenses because they send a lot of false positives that are very costly for their operations center, and really recognizing that at the beginning will allow us to build more resilient capabilities.